Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tim Vixay with my crippled friend. This is episode number 29, and we have a repeating guest, Miss Karah Behrend. What up?
That wasn't my last name.
Bernard.
Behrend.
Berned.
Karah Behr.
I did it right the first time the first episode.
You did.
So, you know what? Fuck you. I'm just going to edit this.
That's cool.
I'm just going to edit the soundbite from the first time into this, and then,
It works.
Hey, what's up? Why are you dressed all weird?
It's Halloween, so I'm a Harry Potter character that let Professor Lockhart do some magic on him.
It is Halloween, but this episode probably won't air until Monday. That's just because we're going to be on the road tomorrow.
Yeah.
But what costume are you? You're Harry Potter?
I'm a Harry Potter character, so like a Ravenclaw witch, I guess.
Yeah.
And then in the second book, Gilderoy Lockhart is
Are they called witches in Harry Potter?
I think so. Witches and wizards, right?
Weren't they like sorceresses?
No.
What's the difference between a wizard and a warlock?
I think one is evil. Or really powerful, maybe. Maybe a warlock is really powerful and like a wizard is just ordinary magic. You know, like paralyzing somebody.
You're talking about like the dark arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, we're just, because it's like already pretty late, and
Yeah.
I got an early morning, so we're going to just do what I like to call a power hour. Where we just try to crank out and quit the bullshit, which, I don't know, the bullshitting is usually the funnest part.
I think the bullshit's the best part.
But I feel like right now is a great opportunity to talk about what I would consider a pretty big accomplishment. I think a dream that a lot of guys in the Oscar Mike community always kind of dream of, and what I'm talking about is just driving a rally car or off-roading. And like, I'm from Oregon, and like, wheeling's kind of in my blood, and we just did the Gambler earlier this year, but what you did was on a completely awesome different level.
Thank you.
Describe for everyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about exactly what this race, you would call it a race, right?
No, they actually really promote that it's not a race, it's a rally.
A rally.
Yeah, it's a rally. It's through and through. It's not about speed, it's about precision navigation using a compass and a map and a ruler, and no GPS, no electronics. They take your phone from you for 10 days. Like, you were cut off from the outside world, and you were really just in nature driving and trying to find these hidden checkpoints.
Now, let's rewind for a second.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get presented this opportunity?
Oh God. So the last time I was on your show, I was dating a guy, right?
Yeah.
And remember how like abruptly we broke up? It was
the viewer or the listeners don't, but I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we don't have to get into details if you don't want to.
No, you're good. It was, long story short, the cripple life is not for everybody, and guys come and go. It's cool.
Figuratively,
yeah, right. Figuratively,
imaginatively, we tend to do just come and go.
We do.
Speaking of, I'm gonna pop the pills real quick.
But yeah, so we broke up, and you always get upset after a breakup. So my friend offered to take me mudding with her and her boyfriend and their friend. So I was like, hell yeah, let's go. So,
and this is down in Texas?
Yeah, this is down in Houston, Texas. There's like a huge mudding off-road park up in Crosby, I believe it is. And so we go up there, and we got so freaking stuck, dude. Like, stuck under an overpass when it was like monsooning out there.
What were y'all gonna go wheel?
So my buddy and his girlfriend were on, or my friend and her boyfriend, whatever. They're on quads, and we had two buggies as well. So we were, We had a little bit of shelter, but not much. So we got stuck in like a monsoon just under the overpass. Clears up. We start going through more and more puddles, and we get freaking stuck, dude. And like the driver's side is completely like underwater, and I'm half in water. And I take a video after they hand me a beer. And I'm like, well, guys, we're a little stuck. I'm a little covered.
I think I remember seeing that photo or the video.
And so this woman named Rachel Ridenauer had been following the hashtag adaptive athlete on Instagram in hopes of finding somebody, I guess kind of like me, to sponsor to do the Rebelle Rally this year with her. And she stumbled across that video, and she was like, man, if there's somebody with quadriplegic function that's about to have to swim out of a mud hole drinking a beer and like is having this much fun and is okay with this life, like I need this person with me.
Yeah, ride or die.
So yeah, that's how it all started.
All right. And so this Rebelle Rally, what are we talking about here?
It's 2,400 kilometers, or roughly 1,800 miles, across the California and Nevada deserts. So they're not just deserts. There's like rock crawling and Johnson Valley, OHV area. We went through Death Valley. We went through Joshua Tree National Park. Glamis was a 2-day event. Like, it was, I'm getting chills, dude. It was beautiful. It was really fucking special.
That part of Cal, like, you know, when people think California, they always think of all the cities, like San Francisco and the beaches and stuff. But like when you get like inland, and like that's where like Rob Schuler's from. He's a desert rat.
Oh, I love it, dude. I'm hooked.
Yeah, the riding out there is completely different than anywhere else I've ever seen in the country. Like,
yes.
Oregon, where we got a lot of like mountain roads, and then of course like the dunes are pretty big. So, but like in California, like it's pretty common to see, you know, pre-runner trucks with, you know, fiberglass fenders.
Oh yeah.
Just that fucking stance, and you know,
it's a whole new life.
Dual reservoirs, and yeah, pre-runner trucks are fucking interesting.
They're really freaking cool.
I would love to fuck around with one. It'd be fun.
We should.
Now, speaking of vehicles, let's describe that kind of bitchin' Mitsu.
Yeah, so Mitsubishi actually came in for their first OEM-sponsored rally car in, I think it was over 15 years.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, Mitsubishi kind of got out of the rally game
they did for a long time.
Because the Evo was, you know, hot, but...
Dude, you should see online, the Evo community is freaking out wanting the Evo brought back. It's insane. But yeah, so Mitsubishi came in, first sponsorship they've done in a long time, and I'm their first like hand control driver, so that was really dope.
Yeah.
But they gave us a 2017 pre-production Eclipse Cross, and we rally prepped the shit out of it.
Which is pretty much like a Eclipse that got into like CrossFit.
Basically,
and like
it's got a little bit wider of an ass stance.
Yeah, some of that Mexican steak with that human growth hormone, like
just a little.
Yeah, got a little.
You're gonna make me snort all night long, dude.
Do it.
Oh, God.
That's always my goal, by the way. When I get you on,
I know.
Like I'm gonna have a snort counter on the bottom.
Oh no.
Like, that was number 1, I think. So.
I think that was 2 or 3.
2 already. All right. Keep it rolling. But yeah, and so, and I'm gonna steal some photos from your Instagram, and I'm gonna splice it into the video.
Yeah, go for
once
it.
I get more time, which the video probably won't be up until like a week before Christmas. So don't judge her by her outfit. She's just a little, you know. I
think I'm always a little weird. My socks never even match, and you know that.
Yeah, which reminds me, I got laundry in the dryer.
You're welcome.
But what kind of modifications are we talking about with the vehicle as far as performance, I guess?
So I'm not sure on 100% all of the modifications because some of them were done right before I flew up. But we put hand controls in. We had a grip bar put in. We had a Brody knob. We had
stock seats, stock
seat belts.
Radio.
Oh yeah, we had a radio.
All right.
I didn't have the music I wanted.
We'll get into the playlist.
Oh
thing
God,
later.
I was so depressed about it, dude. You couldn't have your phone, so I couldn't have my playlist. So I was stuck trying to get radio in the frickin' desert, and it was like I would show up to base camp, and then the country would kick on, and I was so happy for 2 minutes, and then we'd have to get out of the car.
You don't have just a standalone MP3 player?
Not anymore.
I might be one of the few guys on earth that still uses.
I'm searching eBay so that the next time I do a rally, I will have tunes the whole time.
Yeah, I use. I mean, even like, do they still make those iTouch?
No, I tried
The
to get
the iPod Touch.
I tried to find one, dude. They don't make any of that anymore. It's all like GPS enabled, and for a rally, you can't have anything GPS enabled.
So I might have brought this up on a past podcast, but after boot camp, right before I left the depot, 2 things I bought. I bought a brass Zippo lighter that had like a Jack Daniels embroidery thing on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I bought an 80 gig iPod Classic, and I still have both to this day. And the iPod, like it still works. The battery, I get maybe like 3 hours on it.
Yeah.
So it's not practical anymore. But what was really cool about that iPod was I never had a laptop when I was in, and I'd always want new music. So I'd always go to people's computers and just upload whatever they had. So this iPod, I got everything from, I mean, Marines listen to a variety of music. So this is, 2008. So we're listening to like Avril Lavigne, Sum 41, Leona Lewis.
Oh my God. That
it
sounds
was
like
all over the board. Metallica, System of a Down. I got a huge variety of music.
That's what my playlist would have been like if I had my phone.
Yeah.
It's, you know how I am.
All
I'm
over
like
the board.
all over the place.
If I were to do something like that, I would just want to listen to just podcasts.
No, because you really don't want to be focusing on that. Like, so when I drive, what I do is I turn on music and I sing the whole time. And, I'm all over the house. I just sing constantly. So that's how I focus. And that puts me like in the zone. And then I'm just watching 6 feet in front of me and I don't see anything else. Nothing else is in my world except for the sounds of the music, the noises of the car, and 6 feet in front of me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. We're fucking kind of getting off the rails.
Let's do it, yeah.
Day 1 of the race. Or no, it's the night before the race.
Yeah.
Where were you at? Like, you're getting ready to hit that starting line, but imagine they posted you up somewhere.
So we were in Squaw Valley at the Olympic Training Center.
Okay.
In Lake Tahoe. That was beautiful. And it was my first visit to like an Olympic training center. And so, if you guys listen to the podcast before, one of my goals is to make the U.S. team for wheelchair rugby as a female.
And this is already late fall. So weather's changing.
It's cold,
Things are getting cold.
Dude, it's cold up there.
Mm-hmm.
So we pull in.
Any snow, though?
There's some snow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was just starting to come down on the mountains, so you're just kind of starting to see trickles of it. So we pull in, and there's just a line of rally cars, dude. And everyone's like decked out.
Not just Mitsubishis.
Not just Mitsubishis. There's Rolls Royce. There's Land Rovers. There is,
Who's rallying a Rolls Royce?
Dude, so this woman named Emmy Hall and Rebecca, so Emmy does this road show on YouTube, and it's called The Road Show. And she drives cars, like, for people professionally, and Rolls Royce had her come out and test the new car for them.
What do they have, an SUV or?
No, it was a crossover.
Okay.
Dude, it was dope. That was actually the only team that beat us in the final podium count.
No shit.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's all sorts of cars
gangster, there. Man. Like,
right?
Rallying a Rolls.
Dude, that thing was like $400,000.
How much money do you have to have?
I mean,
to just like be like, let's go rally a Rolls.
I mean, it's Rolls though. Rolls sponsored it.
Yeah.
They just wanted to test it out. And
That's
what's one Rolls to Rolls, right?
Yeah.
They can just make another.
I'm gonna have to find a photo of this thing.
Dude, yeah, I'll show you some. It's freaking dope. But yeah, so like cars from all over. There's FJs, there's Jeeps, It was crazy. So we roll in and we have navigation training. So everybody's like relearning how to navigate because you don't have a GPS. You have to use your map and compass.
Yeah. And
you have to be proficient. Otherwise, you'll get super freaking lost. And like,
did you guys learn land nav in Air Force?
No, but I picked it up with like the intel stuff that I did.
Okay.
So I can read some terrain maps and do some topographical stuff pretty.
Because you're kind of from the generation where you grew up with just like MapQuest.
No, not really. I didn't.
Did you ever have to use like a road atlas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
we definitely printed it out and did that, or like on our road trips with my grandparents, we would just use a regular map
Just
and
a
just
big ass.
unfold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned kind of how to do that.
And nobody could ever fold it back, right? You always did it wrong.
I don't even think the map makers folded them properly.
You always
like,
did
let's
it
be
wrong.
real. But yeah, so everybody's relearning how to navigate, and you're helping each other. And then we all went out for dinner, and it was just the funniest time ever. It went from everything, the questions, normally like, hey, so, what happened to you? To which I gave him my fake story, and that went over.
Which one did you use?
The quarter horse, but I changed it a bit. So I've made it better now. And
all right, let's hear the update.
Oh, you want to hear the update? So back when I was a teenager, I used to barrel race, right? And my mom and I were just training the horses one day. And when you're training a barrel horse, you really want them to respond to you. So you keep taking them in circles and circles, and you're just going and going. So, out there training one day with my mom on my favorite frickin' quarter horse. And we were just going, and he's doing so good. We were just fucking going and going and going and going, and bam, fucking bucks me off, dude. I'm caught behind. My feet are in the stirrups, and I'm just fucking flopping behind and flopping behind and flopping behind. It's another 5 or 10 minutes before my asshole mom stops putting quarters in the fucking machine.
Right on.
Yeah. So I told him that, and the girl apparently used to barrel race.
Oh, shit.
So she was hanging on by a thread the whole fucking time, like just hanging on like, oh my God, this could have been me. And I get to the end of it, and she looks at me and she's like, you fucking asshole.
That's so great.
And I'm just fucking dying. And I was like, I'm not going to stand for your shit. You can't tell me what I can or can't say. And she was like, you did it again. But yeah. So we just, got to know each other and figured out some of the personalities that we were going to be around, because being in the military and being with the rugby team, I'm not really around an entire group of females all the time.
Yeah. Describe the team around you, because you had a co-pilot.
Yeah. So Rachel, she is God, I think she's been in the Army since Jesus was born. She's a badass. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what she does, so I'll let her explain that if she ever wants to. But she's been in some pretty badass communities for a long time. Really, really well-rounded, kind-hearted person, and just doesn't take no shit. And so the whole frickin' rally,
Is she a professional driver?
No.
Prior to that? Or?
Nope. She just likes to off-road. It's just her thing. She started a nonprofit called Record the Journey, which helps take veterans that are transitioning, and it brings them out into nature, and she teaches them photography. And to use that is to kind of teach them to be present in the moment instead of dwelling on the past or looking to the future, just really looking through the eye of the camera.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
that's a great fucking message.
Dude, she is so freaking passionate about it too, because when she came back from the war, she was struggling with that transition, and people don't understand that when you come out of our community and you're forced back into the civilian world, there are so many nuances and so many things that you have to relearn and really get through to be a normal person again. And that's hard.
It really is. It's been, over 10 years for me, but no, I certainly can remember some times where I would, be really short-tempered or snap at someone because I'm just so used to things being done in a timely fashion, where it's like, one thing I really did learn from my, injury is just patience, and to be just a more patient human being.
Yeah, I think we've all learned that one.
Yeah, and
you have to.
That's one of those military skills that kind of crossed over. It was just that hurry up to wait, or hurry up and wait. And just, I'm used to just sitting in VA waiting rooms for
waiting
hours on end, just waiting to get seen. But so did you guys have anyone like a support vehicle or?
So for this rally, you don't have a support vehicle. They do have mechanic team that is like on call. Basically, it's included in the cost of your admission, basically. But you were able to call them on the sat phone if you needed them or something.
And those guys are carrying parts for all those different vehicles? Or?
No, so you have to carry what you need, and then they have like a trailer of scrap things basically, and we call him Nick Guyver because he legitimately
just common fix them uppers.
He made a Brody knob for the car out of a caster and a piece of plumbing equipment.
What's a Brody knob?
It's like a suicide knob. So on a steering wheel, it's this little circular knob that you grab onto, and it spins with you, so you never lose contact with the wheel.
I just call that a tractor knob.
Yeah, well, so the old name for it is a Brody knob, and it comes from this guy named Brody that was the first guy to claim he jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge and survived. And back then, they didn't have video. You couldn't prove it or disprove it, so he just got to say he did it, and he made a whole career off of it.
Definitely get a couple million views on YouTube now.
But yeah, so that's where that name came from.
So now on like race day, what's going through your head? Are you riding shotgun or are you driving?
I'm driving. So I drove pretty much the entire rally, dude.
Yeah.
I think there was maybe 2 hours Rachel drove, and it was the beginning of day 7. But we'll get to that later. But yeah, so day 1, we get in the driver's seat, and we're like in the garage in Squaw Valley, and we are freezing. And you have to transition from Squaw Valley to the actual start of the race.
Yeah.
And it's like a good hour and a half transit, and you have a specific time you have to be there by. But this is day 0, and we woke up late. So day 0 isn't actually scored. It's just a practice day. So we woke up, like, things just weren't going our way, got lost, went the wrong way. Like, for some reason, I kept taking us north. Every time I'd make a wrong turn, we were headed north. I don't know what is, like, pulling my heartstrings up there, but something is.
Yeah, sounds like a boy in Canada.
Oh, God. I'm going to Canada tomorrow.
Well,
Don't tell me that.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Oh, Lord. I don't need a boyfriend right now. That's too much. But yeah, so we're like super late, and we end up, instead of coming off the line 10th like we were supposed to, we came off the line dead last, which is cool because we got to show up and like reset and get our shit together. And then we started, and things just clicked, and we just kind of got into a groove. And you know, she really really appreciates when you commentate your driving. So like on my left I have high terrain, on my right I have low, like valley peaking, you know, and you're just literally describing what you see so that she can read the map as we're going and we can navigate through. Mm-hmm. So we worked really, really well together, and we figured that out early on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What like describe some of the other teams, like, because it sounds like you guys were team female veteran.
Yep.
Wonder Women.
Pretty much.
But like the other teams, were they like?
We had everything from nurses to engineers. Actually, STEM was the highest represented career there.
Yeah. Which
was the coolest thing ever to hear. But yeah, so we had engineers, we had housewives, we had women that own companies, women that own like wrap companies, printing, like you name it, that everybody was represented. We had multiple countries there. We had people that flew in from France and Canada.
No shit.
It was insane, dude. It was just so freaking cool.
So you guys are down Squaw. Where are you guys headed from there?
Oh shit. Honestly, I don't even know the route we took. Like, as bad as that sounds, you are just so into the map, you don't even know where you are in the world.
Yeah.
And you just get lost for 10 days, and it's... shit. My bad, dude.
What?
I feel bad for not remembering.
No, you're fine.
Oh, no, shit. We went to Goldfield. It's this old desert town, and this dude named Walt was there, and he has this little desert saloon. And it is the coolest fucking place I think I've ever been. I can't believe I forgot that. We stayed there for 2 whole nights.
And it was a old, just abandoned...
It's an abandoned little desert town, and this man named Walt.
We're talking from, like, the Gold Rush era? Or?
I think so. It's called Goldfield.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So this man named Walt, he owns this house there, and the top floor is all his, and the bottom floor is just his little bar. And it's not a real bar. It's like a little desert saloon, and, you know, he just serves people drinks.
Yeah.
You know? And so we're all out there and we're having a beer after the first day, and like, it was just insane. And then the dinner bell rings. So the dinner bell rings, and we have a 5-star Michelin chef there, Drew Deckman.
No shit.
Yeah. So Drew Deckman off-roaded his fucking food truck for 2,400 fucking kilometers. The whole trip with us, everywhere we went, there was Drew. And he was cooking us like these amazing gourmet fucking meals, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane.
Describe one of them, just because I'm a foodie.
Oh God.
Like, what was your favorite thing that he cooked? Because that's impressive. Like,
dude,
to pack all that shit out.
It was everything. We had everything from like a barbecue night to a fucking like Italian like pastas, and they had shrimp like shrimp cocktails and like sushi. We had sushi and Glamis, dude.
It does not sound like you were on a rally race. Sounds
right?
like you were on a fucking cruise.
A fucking resort or like a vacation. Like, I honestly, like, that's the coolest thing about this rally for me is I felt like I went on a vacation because I love driving and I love adventure. Yeah. And then we got to eat good, and we slept in a tent at night. I didn't have to worry where we were going to camp or if a bear was going to attack me, because there was
mountain lion country.
There was like 100 other people right next to me though. Yeah. Like, I know I'm damn sure not the slowest one. I might be in a chair, but I'm quick as shit.
I bet the stars were just gorgeous too.
Dude, that was actually the part I was looking forward to the most, and the part I actually enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
Was the stars.
Yeah, I remember when we did the Gambler, and like we didn't actually stay like in the big Gambler town where everyone else stayed, because we had a big trailer.
Yeah.
So they put us out in this rock quarry out in like the middle of nowhere.
Hell yeah.
And the fucking stars were just incredible. I mean, seeing like shooting stars and like the galaxy, man, it's just like really puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
And you're just like, man.
I'm going up to Flagstaff up in May for Overland Expo. And,
yeah. I'm actually trying to get there.
Do you want to go with me? Because there's a place in Flagstaff called Cinders, and I want to go back out there because it's the only place in the States that I've been able to watch the galaxy cross over the night sky.
It's usually in late May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get a van that I can live out of.
Well, caravan up there.
Caravan, actually, hashtag caravan. That was one thing we figured out.
Oh yeah, that's for our trip from like the Northwest down to Florida, though.
Yeah. So our plan, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast.
I don't know.
But our plan is we have a bunch of rugby tournaments in Florida, and so after the new year, I'm gonna drive, and apparently Karah's gonna be up in the area.
I'm going to go visit my dad.
Yeah, and we'll do another podcast, too, because you got to see the new studio. The new studio. Hell yeah.
Did you finish it?
Sort of. I mean, it's always going to be a work in progress. I'm always going to decorate it. But, yeah, no, I got the big-ass table in there now, it looks dope. But, yeah, no, we're going to do a big caravan out to Florida.
Yeah.
And pretty much just stay there for the entire month. And then I don't know what you're doing after that. You'll probably go back to Houston, but I'm going to drive back up north to here
in February. I don't know where I'm gonna be in February.
Yeah,
I'll be back in LA actually.
That'll be fun. What do you got going on there?
You know, some things are in the works.
Sounds like a boy in Hollywood.
No, that's in Hawaii.
A boy in Hawaii?
Oh, maybe.
Let's talk about maybe trying to get out to Hawaii, go do some diving.
I'm going in a few weeks and for Thanksgiving if you want to come out.
No, I would, but Thanksgiving's like my favorite holiday.
And your mom cooks so freaking good,
and
dude.
And we're like almost obligated to host it every year. Yeah, we roast a turkey and then we deep fry a turkey.
Oh God, that sounds so good. I might sneak up there for some leftovers.
Yeah, no, that's the best part is the leftovers. And
shit, you can bring them down to Houston for our tournament the week after.
Yeah.
It'll still be good.
That'll be fun.
Have mom do an extra turkey and just bring that bitch down.
That'll be fun. Houston's a fun town.
It's going to be a great tournament.
I've spent way too much time at the Houston airport. Like, literally.
I keep telling you, just call me when you're there and I'll come fucking get you, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah, every single trip that I've taken, like overseas, I have a connection in Houston. I know that airport
way too well.
So well. I know where the good, Asian food is. I know where the
Mm-hmm.
good barbecue is. Yeah.
Oh God.
The last time, well, not the last time, but one of the times I was in Houston, it was like maybe 6 or 7 hours, and I took an Uber with the group of friends I was with to Nico's in Montrose.
Oh, that place is so freaking
Yeah,
good.
Nico's is like hands down.
I think we went there last time we had the
best.
tournament too, because you were all about it.
Anytime, yeah, and let's plan on it in December.
Fuck yeah.
Since now I'm pretty sure I can transfer into your truck.
I think you can. If not, I'll just pick your ass up and fucking
You'll
push
just
you.
have to throw the chair in the bed, which
Yeah, that's
I don't
no
think would be a
problem.
problem.
I got some guns.
Yeah, it's amazing because like I can transfer really high in this box chair.
So have you ever tried using like the side of it and your wheel to kind of give you an extra little step?
I use the wheel.
Yeah.
And I have
You
these.
put it under your ass?
What I do if I'm transferring up into like a tall vehicle, I transfer up onto the wheel.
Yep.
And then I push off of the wheel. And the
Okay.
wheel is, it's on a 24-inch rim.
Yeah.
But it's a big ass knobby tire. So
Yeah.
it's like 26-inch total.
Okay.
And being able to push off of it, I can transfer into. I transferred into Brent from Houston.
Oh yeah, you definitely can get into my truck then.
Yeah, I transferred in his truck. He's got a lowered Silverado.
His is higher than mine.
Yeah, I think yours
His is
just
like
skipping a
6
hop.
inches higher than mine.
Yeah, yours would be exactly like transferring into the Gambler rig.
Yeah.
Because mine was pretty much a Nissan Pathfinder.
Yeah. So you just use the little like grab, because I don't have the little stupid flippy ones with the hinge that breaks. I have the normal
I
one.
can't grab those anyways.
No.
No, I plant my left hand on the seat
Okay.
and then my right hand on my tire.
Ah.
And then I put my head on the door.
Dude, I'm gonna need you to like take a video of this so I can stick it up on Pornhub.
I mean, that, and then I was actually thinking about doing like on the YouTube channel once I finally get caught up and I'll start producing some videos, but like some like cripple life tips
Yeah.
and just like little tips and tricks that I
Crip
have.
life.
Yeah, because I learned a lot of the little things from just the community and then just field testing and
Yeah, I think you guys taught me most of the shit I know.
yeah, I think that's what's really important about like what we do.
Yeah.
is just showing people like to independence.
Well, the thing is, like, if you've never seen anybody do it, you don't know it's done before. And I think that's why we do a lot of the things we do. I know that's why I did the Rebelle. Like, when I got offered this, there was nothing I could find online about somebody doing something, 1 of this length, 2 of this nature, and 3, like, somebody with our disability. Or not our, but, collectively, wheelchair, low functioning. And that pissed me off. Because if I couldn't find information, and I love researching, and if I couldn't find something, that meant nobody else could.
Yeah.
And I needed to get it out there.
And I think we're out there. I mean, I know there's some paralyzed track drivers.
Yeah, there's a couple drift cars and there's an NSX that's fucking modified up in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's so sick.
I think that'd be something that would be interesting, but I'm definitely kind of more on the off-road end of things, navigational challenges and shit like that. And I think we're gonna do the Gambler. Well, no, we're definitely gonna do the Gambler.
I think we
next
need to
year.
have like a team.
Oh yeah, no, I got a squad kind of assembled. It's all vets. We're all Marines at the moment, but I'm sure we could jump you in.
I was gonna say if you need somebody that knows how to drive a little bit.
If you bring that Mitsubishi.
Dude, it gets crushed in July.
Oh yeah, the Gambler's in June, so
Yeah. Oh shit, maybe we could.
it'd be fun.
Let me talk.
Oregon's not far.
They've already said that they'll ship it wherever we need to.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm hoping by then I have my van, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna gamble the van.
Dude, that would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
That would be fucking sick. Are you gonna make it so you can like sleep in the back too and shit like that?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah?
idea, is just to have kind of like your basic living needs, just a bed to sleep in.
Just
and
have everything really ratcheted and tied down.
yeah, I'm thinking maybe plumb in like a sink.
You could
Ju-
even do
just
like
so I
a
can
pump
have-
sink or something.
Yeah, just so I have running water, or just so I have water.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, no, I think eventually I'm just going to, once this whole rugby thing's over, just hit the road and
Dude, I'm with you.
have my scuba gear, have my rugby gear, have a trailer that I can tow, like my hand cycle, my track chair.
And just go wherever the fuck you want.
I think the idea is, you know, maybe 1 year just go hunting year round, and then do a couple dive trips in between. And I don't know. Yeah, my post rugby life is looking really promising. Just,
dude, I'm super stoked for you.
Should be a good time. The key is to just be single and don't have kids.
Thanks.
Oh, you got one down, but can't do nothing about the other one. Let's get back to the rally. What sort of challenges did you have to overcome?
Well, I mean, going into the rally, everyone was questioning my partner on how she thought I would be able to handle the roads and the off-roads.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't think that I could even drive to begin with. And that's kind of sucky, but that was quickly shut down. You know, the daily terrain, once we got out of the vehicle, I know I was using a Freedom chair, but terrain is still so difficult when you're in sand and like loose dirt.
Oh yeah.
And it was a struggle. I fell so many fucking times.
Yeah.
And you never, like, especially in something like this, you don't ever want somebody to look at you like, oh, that poor cripple. So like people come over to help him, like, fuck off. Like, please let me fucking do this on my own. Like, I can't have these pity looks right now. Like,
yeah.
I'm coming here to prove something and I don't want you to ruin that.
Right.
You know? So that was really hard because you don't want to be mean about it. You don't want to make them feel like they can't ever help somebody.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, I've had to come to terms with that because, you know, anytime I like get back into my truck coming in from the grocery store, people are always like, do you need help? And I'm always trying to be as nice as I can. It's just like, yeah, you know, like I wouldn't have come to the grocery store if I couldn't do this on my own.
Exactly.
But I don't want to be that dick because maybe, you know, in a couple years from now, that same person,
you might need help.
It runs into like, you know, a different person who might need help. And
you never know.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely glad there's people like that out there.
Yeah.
And then it's also always a fucking circus show when I open up my fucking canopy. People are always like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You can drive.
Well, they're just like, I've never seen a truck that can do that. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, they're funny.
No, we're just going back to challenges and everything. And one of the questions that I have, and we'll just get right to like the dirty, like, what was the bathroom situation like?
So during the base camps, they actually brought out and like off-roaded out a fucking ADA porta potty for me.
All right.
Yeah. And then during the day, what we would do is it was a little symbol so that the photographers wouldn't sneak up on you and get a picture while you were pissing, but you'd stick your scarf out so that they'd see it and know. And then you'd open your doors up, for me anyways. Everybody else would like run off somewhere and piss in the woods.
Yeah.
But I would open both my doors up, and then I would like transfer, like move my legs over to the side and like transfer down to the floorboard and then out of the car onto the running board. So like the back part of my ass is like hanging on, and I just kind of hang on. And then, yeah, because I don't use a cath, I fucking check my bladder, so
right.
I still have to piss normal. So it's like you're squatting, but
that's one of the things. Honestly, one of the things I miss is just like writing my name in the snow,
dude.
Shit like that.
The
first time after my injury, the first time I went out into the snow.
You tried with a cath?
I cath over to the side, and I actually kind of wrote my name. I was like,
you are the fucking tits, dude. That's awesome.
There's something, and I think it's there's got to be some relation to back when we were monkeys that just has to do with
like marking your territory. Like, fuck you, my name is on. It's on your back and urine.
I think that's what it is. Because it's always like in your own backyard, and you're just like, this is my docile. This is mine.
Well, dogs do it too, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like you put out a pheromone, and biologically or like whatever in your mind, you have to do it to like mark your territory.
Yeah, I do miss it. Just fucking being able to just, you know, pull over on the side of the road, jump out.
Yeah.
Fucking drop trout, take a piss.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, so, and then in the tent, because the terrain at night was like difficult to get from the tent to the bathroom if I needed to go quick. And I have like a 30 to 45 second kind of like, hey, you have to piss or you're going to piss your pants.
That's not long.
No. So in the tent, we had this little like porta potty thing set up. Not a porta potty, but like a little stool with a hole in it that has like a bag and a net. And it's for camping off-road and overlanding. Yeah. And then it's got like poo powder that you dump in there. And then
like kitty litter.
Basically, and you just piss in there and it clumps up and then you're good. And then you just tie the bag up and you put it in the dumpster when you leave.
Mm-hmm. Man, it sounds like such a good time.
Dude, it was so fucking cool.
What was one of your favorite moments?
Day 7. We actually rolled with the rules for the entire fucking day. So in the dunes, you get to team up with a team. So you can like pick your alliance.
I'm just imagining just sitting in the back seat of a Rolls Royce while it's going.
Dude, so there was terrain. 3 of them. There was 3. Only one of them was like actually competing, but they had an embedded media team following.
And they were in Rolls too?
They were in a fucking Rolls too. And then a third one comes in like day 6. And we're like, holy shit.
Because
like,
why not?
There's another fucking Rolls. Like, who would have ever thought there'd be a Rolls in the middle of a fucking mountain in Johnson Valley? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it was just insane. But yeah, so they roll in. So we're with them the whole day, and it was a blast. And, you know, I haven't driven in the dunes a whole lot, so I got to actually watch Emmy Hall and, like, the lines that she picked over and under and through and everything. And
yeah.
I think it really, really helped me learn what I need to do to be a better driver, which was fucking dope, because we were one of the only teams that didn't really get stuck. We didn't pop any tires. And I'm going to give that up to Vision Wheels and BF Goodrich for those KO2 load ranges. Cause
yeah, I'm rocking KO2s right now on my Silverado.
They are the shit, man.
They're good. They're good. I kind of prefer my Duratrax a little bit just because they seem to perform better in the like wet pavement.
Okay.
Which is primarily what I'm driving on. But the KO2s, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Dude, you can't go wrong.
They did do good in the on the ice. I will give them that.
Yeah. The Rolls popped 2 tires at once.
It's just a heavy vehicle.
Well, in Johnson Valley, the rocks, it's so fucking cut up and rocky up there. Like, we should have, if we had anything other than KO2s, we would have popped, honestly. Like, it was bad, and we had no issues. But yeah, so we teamed up with them, and we were just driving through, like, all day long, laughing, giggling, you know, like every chance we could, making a joke. Like, just, it was a great day. It wasn't stressful. We all worked together.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Rachel was feeding me cheese sticks every like 30 minutes because she said I need to eat. Like,
yeah. Did you guys, what sorts of other snacks? Because you said you guys were eating pretty fucking fat with the food truck, the Michelin food truck rolling around.
Drew Deckman.
But what kind of what sort of snacks were we talking about?
We had like, dude, you know those babies like cucumbers that are like this big and you can just fucking munch on them with some hummus? We had all of that. There was tomatoes, there was bananas, apples, like snow peas one day, like there was chips and pirate's booty and like
my go-to was always like the Peachos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I like Peachos on like road trips.
I brought a bunch of chips with me. You know that box of chips. So for all the viewers,
I've seen you sneaking them bags of chips.
I have, like, everybody listening, I have this weird obsession with this one specific like mix of snack mix, whatever. And it's the Quaker cheese snack mix. And I don't know why, but it's my favorite. And the only way to fucking get it outside of Guilford, Connecticut in a very specific mobile is online through Amazon in like 64 little snack size bags. So my lazy ass, because I'm headed to Canada tomorrow and I want my snacks, I didn't feel like packing a week's worth of like chips in a bag. I just brought the whole fucking box.
Yeah. What let's talk about that. What are you doing up in Canada?
I'm about to go play play for Montreal in the Toronto Rugby Invitational.
How'd you hook up with that team?
We had the Women's World Invitational down in Houston in July.
Yeah.
And I played with a few of the players.
And that was like the all women's.
Yep.
Was it a tournament?
It was a tournament.
Yeah.
It was an international invitational. So we had women.
Normally they do that in Paris, right? I'm sorry
Yeah.
to keep interrupting you.
Oh, no, you're good.
Normally they do that in Paris.
Yeah, they do.
Did you go to the one in Paris?
No,
Or did
that was right after I started.
Yeah. I was gonna say you might have just missed the ball on that.
Yeah.
Are they gonna do that in the future? Or
That's what it's. I think that's what it's looking like, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
Yeah, that'd be cool if different cities would step up, and like, because
Offer to host it, yeah.
Yeah, there's women players all over the
All
world.
over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good friends with a couple of them for the Indonesian team.
Yeah.
So what was going on in Houston?
So we had the Women's World Invitational for wheelchair rugby. And it started off as a clinic where, we're all learning more and more skills. And then we had a tournament afterwards. And then we did a big, Canada versus the U.S. games. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah, and how far were these participants coming from?
Some of them came from France, all the way up in Montreal, Toronto, Quebec, Ontario, all over.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. Excuse me. But yeah, so I got an email actually the day I got my phone back from the Rebelle. So
Oh, no
2 weeks
shit.
ago. And it was like, hey, we really need a high pointer for this tournament. Your name has come up a bunch. We'd like for you to come and play for us.
Right on.
And so here we fucking are. I just drove 1,400 miles after driving 1,400 miles to get here, and I have another 9 hours to go.
Yeah, it's really cool that we have a stopping point here and that we had this chance encounter crossroad.
Dude, yeah.
Because, I as soon as you finished the rally, I was like, hey, I want to get you on the show. And
Yep.
I didn't expect it to be this soon.
No, dude, and I'm glad because it's still fresh in my mind because you know how shit just escapes you.
Yeah, the small details and everything. No, I hear that. I've become really interested in the human memory lately, and I don't know. I think I have this big fear that I'm gonna have Alzheimer's when I get old. So what actually I've been doing is I've told you about this, my little diary that I keep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now I need to update it. I'm a month behind, but I have a notepad on my phone.
So you can go and write it all in.
Yeah, and I just been just writing small things. I'm so backed up. I still need to do my entries from the Bonaire trip, and that was
Forever
end of
ago,
September.
yeah.
So I got Bonaire, and I got
question.
Paraguay, and
I won't read it until you die, but when you die, can I auction it off on eBay as one of those mystery diaries?
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when I'm dead.
I don't think you'll care when you're dead.
Never really thought about it. I don't know.
I just think it'd be funny for somebody to open up and be like, holy shit, this dude had an awesome fucking life. And I'll stick a picture of you in there at the very end.
Well, that's the idea. That's kind of my philosophy in life is if someone were to write a story or a book about my life, would anyone want to read it?
I would.
Yeah.
I think you've done some really fucking cool things.
Yeah, well, I don't look at it that way. I'm always trying to push the envelope and figure out what's next. And
dude, I get you.
I certainly would love to read your story sometime. It's great seeing it live out in person.
Yeah.
And it's makes you wonder I never did anything deserve this. It's kind of weird.
You ever wake up and you're like, I can't believe this is my life?
Every single day when I was in Paraguay.
I'm getting chills right now. It's the most surreal feeling. If you had told me, when I first got diagnosed, hey, this is what your life is going to be like in 5 years, I'd be like, you're fucking stupid. First of all, I'd be like, you're not, it's not going to paralyze me. Go fuck yourself. Second, I'd be like, I'm not going to, who would ever be happy in a chair?
Yeah.
And then.
No, I get that a lot.
And then traveling by myself, and doing what I love everywhere I go.
Now, I've had this conversation a bunch with Noah.
Yeah.
If there was a pill that you could take where you would wake up tomorrow and live a perfectly able-bodied life, would you do it knowing that you'd have to give up your current lifestyle?
No.
Yeah.
I've
I'm
had
in the
so
same
many.
boat.
I've had so many people. Like, there's this little girl. Her dad messaged me. She was paralyzed like 2 years ago. She's 8 years old, and they were hit by a drunk driver. And she has just been so depressed. And he started, I guess, showing her my videos online or whatever. And he was like, "You seriously like brighten her day. Like, she looks forward to seeing what you did every day after she gets home from school."
Yeah.
Like,
I never had
would,
that impact when I was an able-bodied.
No.
I mean, to be honest, I was kind of an asshole.
Yeah, same, dude.
Yeah, I
think we're
wasn't
all a piece of shit.
I honestly, if I met me when I was 20 years old pre-injury, I would not have wanted to be friends
I
with
probably would have
myself.
punched myself in the face.
Yeah.
I was
oh,
a
yeah,
piece
100%.
of shit.
And yeah, I just I always go back to that, like, cause like Noah's in that camp where he would absolutely take the pill and become an able-bodied. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
dude, like, I don't think he realizes like
How many people he's affected.
that.
too.
I was gonna go in a different direction. I was gonna say, like, the world doesn't give a fuck what he did in the Marine Corps. He's done some amazing things in service of this country, but it's like, in the grand scheme of things, people really don't care. And I mean, let's be honest, like, the guy's got a receding hairline. he looks like every ticket usher at like a NBA game. You know what I mean? What's funny is he doesn't listen to the show, and he's never going to hear this. So
You're so fucking right. That's the best.
no, he looks like the manager of the last Blockbuster in the United States.
Is there still one open? Isn't it like up in fucking Oregon or some shit?
I thought it was in Alaska.
I don't know, dude. I think it might be in Oregon.
I don't know. Yeah. I did. Well, hey, you know how small this town is? In Belvedere, there's a like a family rental
What?
thing. I was thinking about just going out there and just checking it out sometime, because
Just for like history's sake.
well, you remember like back in the okay, here's my problem that I have with Netflix.
Oh God. Here we go.
I scroll and browse things for 40, 50 minutes.
Yup. Okay.
And I always end up watching
the same fucking thing.
the same Tom Segura stand-up comedy over and over.
I'm gonna send you my fucking Netflix like playlist.
You used to be able to do that back in the day.
You can't anymore?
In the early days of Netflix, Netflix kind of had like a social media thing where you could friend people and see what they were watching and
They
shit.
should do that more. They should bring that back.
It would
that
be
would
cool.
fucking take off.
Or like based off of your friends' viewing.
Why don't we make that app? Here, we'll bleep all of this out and we'll just and we'll just make our own app.
$1 million idea.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But
Netflix, if you're listening, I've already licensed it.
yeah, it's already trademarked.
Sorry,
son of a
Alexa.
bitch. Yeah, she is listening. She's
Fucking
in here.
Alexis.
There's one in here somewhere.
Is there? God damn it,
Yeah.
Alexis.
But no, the like, you remember like going to the movie store and it was like, well, I have to leave here with the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend fucking 45, 50 minutes in a movie store
And not leave without a movie.
I'm gonna browse through A through Z, right back through, and I'm gonna pick a movie.
Yep.
Yeah, and if the one I wanted originally wasn't out, like, I'm just gonna fucking find something.
Yep.
Yeah. Blockbuster used to be lit on like Fridays.
That's where you'd go and pick up all your girls. Be like, hey, girl.
No, we'd always do, that was like a date night thing, was like, we'd always go to the movie store,
And pick a movie
Pick
and then
out a
bring it
movie.
home.
buy some popcorn, buy some Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
So we would I would plan my dates and we would get a Netflix delivered. So I would already
yeah.
have it there and then he would bring snacks and then we would cuddle.
there's gonna be people that don't understand the red
Netflix.
envelope.
Oh God. That's the
Yeah.
best envelope ever.
Yeah.
It was so fucking exciting when it showed up because you're like, which one is it?
Well, I
You
used
never
to,
remember your cue.
I still have the program on my laptop. But
Do you?
You can rip DVDs. So what I used to do was I used to get DVDs delivered,
And you'd rip them.
and I would rip them into an MP4 file and then upload them to my tablet, and then I would just watch that on the movies and shit.
That's
But now
awesome.
that Netflix got smart, and they're like, well, Okay, well here's
This is cheaper to stream.
Here's a download feature.
That is smart.
The download feature is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I like when I go overseas and they have shows and movies that aren't available here.
Yeah.
That you can still download, and they're like good for like a week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. When I drive, if it's like a particularly long drive and I need to stay awake and alert, I'll stick like a Netflix thing up on the little stand on my vent.
Yeah.
And just so it's like in the corner of my eye, so it's enough to like keep me like vigilant, and then I just listen to it, so I know what's going on.
No, I've watched Netflix on road trips. I probably shouldn't say that because like distracted driving is a serious issue.
It really is.
But normally I'm putting on like stand-up comedy.
I usually will put something on that I've seen 1,000 times, so I really don't watch it. I just already know what's going on.
That's how I was with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Before they took it off the air.
I put on Harry Potter.
Oh yeah. I on the Caravan, Oregon to Florida road trip, I'm gonna listen to the Harry Potters.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've been doing like audiobooks lately.
Dude, we'll listen to them at the same time, and then we can just talk about it.
You should put a CB radio.
Dude, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put a CB in mine, and we can just fucking.
That'd be so
Breaker
fun.
Breaker 112.
I'm Oscar Mike.
You'd be Special K.
Yep.
And then I'm obviously Wacky Chan.
Yep. You think anybody else is gonna join the caravan? Because we gotta go through and get the Schulers and Lucky.
I agree. That'd be fun because we'll get us all
just
on the list.
Pick everybody up on the way, and it'd be so funny.
No, that would work out because Ryan Major said he wants to go to New Orleans.
Oh fuck
around that time. We just gotta go swoop him up.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking my truck's gonna be kind of full, and I don't really want to pull a trailer.
Well, so
but between the 4 of us.
Yeah. We could definitely do it.
We definitely have room.
We have the bed of my truck too, and I can pull a trailer if we need to. It's not a big deal.
And if y'all get certified for scuba, I think I can arrange a shark dive.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
That would be fucking sick.
Cage or cageless.
Cageless.
Oh, 100%.
Like balls to the wall. Let's go.
It's not even that bad as far as like extreme sports goes. Like cageless shark diving is like.
Shark attack numbers are so little.
It's just based off of your fear.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of shit. I have scars on my hands from like sharks and shit. From when I lived in Florida, we used to shark fish.
Yeah.
And so you'd like pull the hook out of the mouth and like their fucking teeth would get you.
Mm.
Like that's the scariest encounter I ever had, and we used to fucking catch them.
Now, so we're closing in here on an hour.
Oh shit, already?
Yeah, my thing's saying it's pretty damn close. Are you hoping to do another rally race here in the future? Or
yeah.
What are your goals here? Like, how far are you wanting to take the sport?
I would like to eventually be the best female in the world.
Yeah, as far as driving.
Yep. Like, I'm not even talking like adaptive or hand control driver. Like, I wanna beat the shit out of everyone. I wanna be the best.
I think you got the personality and the look to fucking really excel in it.
Thank you.
No, it'd be really cool. So, are there any like rallies that are kind of in the works right now, or anything that you got your eyeball on?
I think the next one that I really have my eyeballs on, like goal wise, would be in Morocco, the Gazelle. Mm-hmm. And so that would be, I would have to get a navigator. And
how many clicks is that one?
Dude, I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's more sand than I've probably ever seen.
Morocco's an interesting place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met, I guess it's been almost 2 years now. I met a guy from Morocco, and some of the stories he had were just really interesting.
Just wild.
Yeah, it really blows my mind that there's some places in this world that a lot of us would like consider untamed.
Yeah.
Where there's still kind of that atmosphere of like wildness,
like the pioneer,
maybe a little bit of danger.
Kind of
maybe like a little bit of danger. Cause
yeah.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, like the United States it's completely tamed. Like there's no wild spirit or element of danger, surprise, like adventure. Like I'm thinking like, you know, Indiana Jones type shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think Morocco still has kind of that ambiance.
I could see that. We had a couple towns that we were driving through on the rally that were still like pioneer towns, and you could tell that if you fucked up, someone was about to come out there and slap you with a glove and challenge you to a duel at high noon.
Yeah.
Like you were just waiting for it.
Right.
Actually, oh God. So there's this dude out in one of the, I can't remember which fucking town it was, but one of our checkpoints, he had a store out in the wild, wild fucking west, and he had a still outside. This dude is brewing, like making fucking moonshine.
Yeah.
In the middle of the fucking desert, in this random ass desert store, like middle of nowhere, BFE.
You know, actually, like, come to think of it, there are some places like that. And
It was the coolest fucking
kind
thing
of like
ever.
the deep holler, like Alabama, but even in like rural parts of Oregon.
This was California, dude.
Yeah. And like when you think California, you're thinking
You never think that.
You're thinking beaches and LA and
Yeah.
Hollywood and San Francisco.
I'm talking the best fucking apple pie moonshine I've ever had.
Yeah.
It was fan-fucking-tastic.
Let's wrap it up
Yeah.
with a question pertaining to your rugby goals.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to accomplish this season? Because this is your second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second full season.
I'm really looking to gain more knowledge of the sport, gain more court knowledge so that the game starts to slow down mentally for me when I am playing. I need to get my conditioning up to a more elite level so that I'm able to push around with the D1 players.
Yeah, what happened to you at practice the other night?
I was overheating like a motherfucker.
Oh, man, we needed you.
We got to let the other guys play a little bit.
I became the 2.
I know you did. You did really fucking well, though.
I don't like doing that.
I'm sorry.
Just breeds bad habits.
Yeah.
I can't bail the fucking team out all the time.
No, you can't. Yeah. No, you know, eventually I want to be the best player that I can be. And if that takes me to the eventual goals I have, then so be it.
So let's give it a timeline, because everyone's ultimate goal is to always make the U.S. team.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hop on to the next quadrennial? Because the let's just assume the tryout dates have already been announced for the Paralympic team.
Yep.
It's actually in a couple weeks, but they haven't sent invitations out yet. Do you expect to be on that list? Realistically?
Realistically, no.
Yeah.
I would
agree.
This is my second season. I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot of people I need to learn from.
Yeah.
You know, in and out of the sport.
Yeah.
Coaches, players, you know, and I try and take every single opportunity I can to learn everything I can. So I go to tournaments, and when I'm not playing, I'm watching, you know, a person that's in my role and the person above and below my role.
I
so
think
that I know
that's
what to do.
Probably one of those intangibles that a lot of the current players and the past players have had. No, I mean, I think with that mindset, I think you can go far in the sport.
Thank you.
And I would hope. There are rumors. There's some rumors that there's going to be a lot of retirements after this cycle, and you know, starting right after Tokyo, they're going to jump into the next quadrennial, and who knows what that means as far as like the head coaching. There might be a lot of shifts and changes, but I think it would be within reason to see you trying out for the team. If not like that they think you're going to make it, but just so that you can get the experience of what they're expecting. Because I think that plays a big part of a lot of people show up to tryouts thinking one thing, totally getting hit in the face. Like, wow, okay, like I might have played high-end D2 or D1 ball, but when you make that jump to the international stage, it's a whole different ballgame. Yeah. It really is.
That's actually what I'm most excited about this weekend. Is it's my first international appearance, and I am, you know, I am being asked to come from America, which I don't know of a lot of females
that have. Not very common.
So, you know, for me that was a huge honor, They could have asked a million other people, and I just, I feel really honored. But it's also giving me a chance to learn from people that play a totally different game.
Yeah, and I'm sure Willsy's going to be there.
I'm so freaking excited.
Absorb everything you can.
Dude, yes.
And I don't know if you've met Garrett Hickling yet.
Not yet.
But his nickname, and I don't know if he really likes this name, but it's the Axe Murderer.
Okay.
Because he has like long blonde hair that's parted in the middle, and he's kind of a towering figure, and he totally looks like an axe murderer.
Yeah.
But he is, and he probably doesn't like me saying this either, but he's also probably one of the nicest guys that I've encountered through rugby.
Yeah. I'll definitely see if I can hit him up when I'm up there.
Yeah, and he's, Willsy's a 2.0 and Garrett's a 3.
Yeah.
And the game that he plays is very cerebral, because he's not the fastest 3, but like he's one knows of the smarter. What to do. And another guy that you can take away from is Mike Whitehead. I imagine he's going to be on a team, and he is almost the opposite of Garrett, where he plays more of a physical game.
Yeah.
Where you take what you like from column A, take what you like from column B, and you fucking become your own player.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that should help me in the end, is that the way I play is kind of cerebral, but I also am really, really aggressive.
Yeah. Well, one thing to always remember is like everybody's disability is different, right? So everybody's gameplay is different. Like when Kobe Bryant started playing, like, do you think he set out to be the next Michael Jordan?
No.
Or did he set out to be the first Kobe Bryant?
Well, actually, he probably set out to be the next Michael Jordan, and then became the first Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, right.
So,
and that's like that. You got to look at like rugby as such. Like, you can't be the next Chucky Aoki because your guys' disabilities are completely different. But if you can bring a different style, a different innovation to the game, because I think that's what the game is lacking.
Yeah.
For a while there, it was kind of a accordion effect where the U.S. had one of the strongest spinal cord teams.
Yeah.
And then we got introduced to the freaks.
Yep.
The mutants, the function. And then now all the countries started, we got to go find these guys.
We got to find the freaks.
Now they all found the freaks.
Yep.
And now the accordion's kind of caught up. And then Japan's moving on, and they're introducing kind of their own brand of rugby, and having pretty good success.
Are you talking about the wheelchair rugby league?
No. I'm talking about just
their wheelchair rugby team?
I'm just talking about the evolution of like wheelchair rugby from when I've seen it, because I came in right at the kind of the beginning of the freak era.
Yeah.
And the game's completely changed. If you ever watch old videos of like nationals pre 2006, it was just like, oh wow, like the freaks are out there.
Yeah.
They're just they're used to basketball, and then once they learn how to play this game, it's gonna be
crazy.
It's gonna change.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to call you a freak, but
no, but I am one of them.
Yeah. No, you're the nicest term that can be put was like, I'd say like you're an anomaly player.
Yeah.
So.
I'll tell you the idea I have to make the game more enticing for people to watch.
Oh, yeah?
So I think that we should not bring back, but I think we should like...
Cheerleaders?
No.
I agree.
Well, I used to be a cheerleader.
Well,
I don't want to watch that shit.
So you're in that camp?
Nope.
We can get one guy for you.
Okay.
One guy in like a banana hammock, like an Oscar Mike banana hammock.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I have to approve it first, though. Because you fuckers would put out some like big old chubby shit for me. Some like little chubby fucker.
No, I mean, it might be Ryan Curry actually.
That would be
first guy
awesome.
In mind.
That would be fucking awesome.
Just like a digital man thong.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God, yeah. But yeah, no. So I think we should bring in class on class fighting. Like, I think if during a game,
like hockey?
Yeah, so I think if during a game somebody gets pissed off enough, say fucking Mason and I don't know, fucking Bully, or not Bully.
Another 2-5.
Yeah, another 2-5. Give me another 2-5.
Well, okay. How about a low class can challenge a high class?
Yeah, no, for real.
You can move up in class, but
yes, but
a
you
high class
cannot
can't
go
drop
down. You can instigate it. You can be like, hey, you know, Tim, you're a fucking little piece of
And
shit
then I'm
until
like,
you
"What'd
fucking
you
try
say
and
about
fight
my
me."
dick?
Yeah. So, and you can instigate it until they swing on you. But
Okay.
I think we should have hockey style fighting.
I know I wasn't there, but I have heard stories of when people have actually been punched over, you know, like a bad call or like a dirty spin.
I think we should make it legal, rough it out. You serve your fucking penalty, like whatever, but it shouldn't be like an illegal. I think it would bring a lot of edge to the sport, and I think it would bring people out to watch, because a lot of people, when they first start watching hockey, they go for the fights. You go to watch those fucking fights come out.
That's why I mean, the Portland's got a amateur team, and 100%.
You'd go
if I go to a game and there isn't a fight,
you're pissed. You want your money back.
Doesn't matter if they won or what. Like, I'm just like
disappointed. Like, you guys are a bunch of pussies
wanted
today.
to see guys on ice skates fight,
right?
And yeah, no, you're right. People would love to see people in wheelchair fight.
It'd be funny as fuck. Like, everybody loves our quad wrestling stories.
Yeah.
They think it's the funniest fucking thing ever that we pull each other on the ground and fucking go until somebody taps.
I've been calling it Crip Jitsu.
Crip Jitsu?
Yeah.
Dude, we need to come up with like a list of all these names that we've like redo. Like Crip Tease, Crip Jitsu, what else?
Man, I'm too tired to fucking rattle shit off the top of my head.
We'll think of them.
No, I think
next episode.
Right. No, let's plan on it. You're going to be rolling through, you said Christmas-ish?
Yeah, I'll be up in Seattle for Christmas.
No, that'd be a good time to be there. I mean, can't promise you on the weather, but...
Dude, it's going to be cold as shit. I'm going to be miserable as fuck.
Yeah, you don't really like the cold. And right now, there's a bunch of white shit on the ground up here.
I didn't order this white shit. I don't know who did, but they can take it the fuck back.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll take the rain over all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Rain doesn't bug me. Rain
I'm in a skirt and tights.
Yeah,
like, this is ridiculous.
You got a party to get to.
I do. What time is it?
It's already past 10, so.
Oh shit.
We should be well past an hour, so we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for having me, dude. I really fucking appreciate you.
It was great to have you on. I'm really glad we had this opportunity, and I wish you the best of luck in Toronto.
Thank you so much.
We'll definitely link up later. All right.
Fuck yeah.